Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is my first vlog video in a couple of months. And it's been a while in the making. You know, we've been going so hard on doing a lot of reaction video content. Since the last vlog post, I think we got a couple of milestones, big ones. The first one is we actually obtained monetization and YouTube partnership, so that's a big one. However, for some reason, I think it's because in fact, I just found out after doing like a month of research why I can't get streaming to work on YouTube. It's because my video card is too old. So that's why I have been raising funds for upgrading my new graphics card or upgrading to a new graphics card. So if you guys want to help out, you guys can subscribe to me on Twitch, subscribe to me on Patreon, or if you want to send a tip over PayPal, there will be links to all of those in the description below the videos, below all my videos. Just pick a recent one because every month I ended up changing some links or vital information on there. So with that being said, I wanted to do an ask me anything. So I've been kind of like fielding questions from multiple platforms, whether it's from Twitter. I should just call it X, right? Do you guys call it X or Twitter? I still call it Twitter. I've been taking questions from Twitter, Instagram, questions from my Discord server. Link to that is also in the description. You guys should really join that. It's been fun getting to know all of you from all walks of life. Many different brand new friends I've made so far over the last year or so. So the YouTube comment section, even Instagram. However, I think I want to try and find like a website where you guys can actually just ask me questions. There have been like these websites where you can ask a content creator questions anonymously, but for some reason those websites kind of cater towards women. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Doing some research, like 95% of the people that use some of these websites that I was looking up, they're all female content creators. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and find an alternative. Otherwise, I just might make my own website and then have leave a ask me questions here thing. Um, but I haven't been getting that much questions over the last 4 months or so. So I've been slowly compiling. I had about like 15 questions, but some of them were like a little bit too personal. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable giving away like, like super personal information. Like, like, are you single and stuff like that? Um, maybe when I feel comfortable because, quite very recent, there have just been some really strange things going on, you know. They got me kind of like stressed out. And it's actually one of the questions here. So I picked out of those, 15, 16 questions that there was more than that, but some of the questions were asked multiple times. Like one of my questions is, what is your favorite food? Or, what kinds of food do you eat? I had that asked like 10 times. So there was plenty of questions, but I chose 8 because they were the most asked questions. And the others that I did another AMA back in my earlier videos. In fact, what was that? My tripod just fell on the floor. Um, yeah, I did an AMA like in January, So I don't want to redo any of those questions because nothing has changed. Nothing switched from those. So if you ask the question in January and you ask the question again, it's going to be the same answer. So, number one, uh, I actually made some bullet points so I don't say all the time, and that way I don't have to cut my videos that much. Anyway, what K dramas are you currently watching? So I just recently binged watched every single episode of the Daily Dose of Sunshine on Netflix, nonstop. You guys can see the bags under my eyes. That was like almost a 14-hour marathon. I think I only stopped to make me like some ramen and to use the bathroom like twice. And then I kept switching from my chair and my bed. So, yeah, I only paused a few times just to use the bathroom and go to the kitchen or whatever. So, Daily Dose of Sunshine, it's stars one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Korean actress, South Korean actress, and Park Bo Young. She plays a nurse, as part of I guess you could call it like a mental health clinic, so to speak. Um, and it really challenges your mind on what you think about mental health and stress management and all the different types of debilitating diseases of the brain and the effects on the person that has it, the individual, the patients, the effect on the hospital staff, and the effect of the families it has on the families. It's a truly eye-opening thing, and it's something that I can relate to as family members who have some of those disorders. I also, due to some traumatizing events when I was a child, uh, you know, every now and then break out in some anxiety issues. So, um, Daily Dose of Sunshine, Duna, starring Susie. You guys should check that out on Netflix. I also binged that last weekend, all in one go, all 8 episodes. But I'm currently watching every single Korean drama that is currently airing out right now. Just for instance, The Escape of the Seven. If you guys seen Penthouse, if you guys seen other very dramas that kind of like that's just mind-blowingly, wait, like, can it get any worse? Can it get any worse? And it gets worse. It really tries to subvert your expectations a little bit too much. Um, so uh Sky Castle, Penthouse, um kind of sort of like that, Escape of the Seven. But I'm kind of enjoying it, you know. If you guys watch Penthouse, um all the seasons of that show, some of those characters or some of those actors show up in the show. I'm also enjoying The Killing Vote, Twinkling Watermelon. Um, those are my top dramas that I'm currently watching, but I'm watching everything that's currently airing in Korea right now. Um, let's see. Question number two. What is your favorite music genres? I'm actually I've been asked this in like video calls or voice chats on my Discord. So everybody who's personally talked to me on Discord already knows this. Um, Before I started doing YouTube last September, I was hardcore into K-pop, J-pop, synthwave, and metal. Now I've kind of like, it's still that those four, but over the course of the last 14 months while doing YouTube regularly, um, It's an amalgamation of all of those genres and then some. Like there is I started listening to more, I guess you could say, traditional old traditional Asian music, you know, with just the instrumentals. Um you know, there's videos that I've seen with just it's kind of like a stringed, it's a Japanese stringed instrument, and another one with something that's kind of like a flute, but it's not called a flute. And it's mostly for like relaxation stuff, you know, like or meditation, music for meditation and keeping yourself calm, you know. So like if you're doing yoga or Pilates or something, then that type of music you would kind of play in the background. Um, but yeah, it's mainly metal, K-pop, J-pop, synthwave, any type of Asian pop music. It doesn't matter, you know. I just did a whole bunch of pop groups from Thailand, Malaysia, different Chinese music, music genres or pop genres. In fact, that will lead into the next question, which is how do you deal with trolling and haters? So this one is kind of tricky. I particularly have thick skin. You see, I've been live streaming off and on video game for video games off and on since like 2009, 2010. Um, I'm not very consistent on that because I wasn't about to go all in on it. But since the pandemic, I kind of switched my mentality of trying to work from home. There really isn't any money in it. In fact, I had to spend a few $1,000s on my computer setup and stuff like that. I invested in myself to try and do this. And I know it's going to take a couple of years, if not many, many years. In fact, I might not even make it to the point of where I want to make it. But how do I deal with trolling and haters? So recently, over the last 3 weeks or so, um, I've been kind of getting like backlash from certain segments of segmented groups of viewers to my channel. I don't know if they're subscribers or not, but this mostly goes for all of the videos, all of my music video reactions that are labeled first time view or first time react. When I react to an artist for the very first time, I always preface the information that I get is from the viewership. If a viewer or someone from my community gives me something and asks me to react to, and it's the first time that I've ever heard of it, and I'm going to be watching it for the very first time and listening to something for the very first time, I relay the any information that's been given to me straight into the video. I don't do any research beforehand because I don't like to be spoiled. I feel like once I learn about something, like when it comes to video games, I don't want to waste money on video games, right? I mean, you guys have been falling into like this trap where there's like gotcha games, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. You know, you buy a game, you're forced to spend money on these digital packs, hoping that you'll get like a gold tier or a legendary tier item, and then all of a sudden, you know, you perform better in that game or whatever, and then and all of a sudden you look at your bank account and you're like, oh, where did all that money go? Yeah. Loot boxes. That's it, you know. I was guilty of that. Spent a lot of money on loot boxes. So by doing research, I kind of have like this precognition or preconditioned notion of what to expect. And I don't think it's kind of fair because there have been some music videos where it's okay, so I read the information off of the website and then I find out it's wrong. And then I look at the website and I say, well, okay, why did they say this group is doing this type of music, but the music video that they just did is not that genre? It's because they're made by fan groups. It's a fan-made website. And I was like, okay. And of course, any official website, it's all in their native language, and you know, Google Translate or any translate engine or software, or even ChatGPT and AI don't work very. They're not reliable. They're reliable like 50% of the time. So I rely on the community to give me just a brief rundown of, you know, the artists that they want me to check out. So here's an example of what's been stressing me out lately. I'm starting to feel like I'm being manipulated in two spectrums, or two different types of viewerships. One type of viewer would be like, hey, here's a Malaysian pop group. I'm gonna use Dala, who I'm gonna be reacting to later on tonight, and you guys should see that video sometime this coming week. Dala, Damelo, the best performing video I have on my channel. It has the most views. It has the most interactions. In fact, Dala Damelo, that particular video probably gave me 300 subscribers. So with that video also came a lot of comments that were very off-putting for me. And it was really very stressful. I actually had to have some close personal friends be moderators and help me like remove some of the filth in the comment section. And it's not at me, but it's kind of like I'm being scolded because I said information that came from the requester and they didn't agree with the information. And then they tell me, oh, I should have said this and this and this, or you should have done your research, and all this. And then I'm like, okay, but I've always said since day one, when it's the first, I want to go into watching something or reacting to something for the very first time as blind as possible, and then I go ahead and look up information, or I look at it, or I go to another content creator who hardcore follows these musical artists, and then I learn about these artists by doing that. So one type of viewership would be like, hey, when you watch this, you have to say that since they're from Thailand and they sing in Thai, you have to say T-pop. T-pop, T-pop stands for Thai pop. Say it in your video, put it in your video title, and promote them as T-pop. And then on the other end of the spectrum is fans like, oh, you should never label groups as this or that. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm Thai, but they're actually a worldwide artist because they all can speak English fluently. And yes, half of their discography is in Thai and half of their discography is in English. So you shouldn't you should generalize them as a girl group or a global group. So I start doing that for the second and the third and the fourth video of that same group. And then the ones that, you know, from the opposite end are like, no, you got to say T-pop. Like, I'm getting to the point where it's very frustrating, and it's like, I don't know why I would get personally attacked. I'm trying my best to like please everybody, and that's kind of like one of the mistakes, right? As a content creator, I do have thick skin. That's kind of why I put up with it for a year but it's just kind of slowly building and building and building and building. It's like, wow, man. Um, I don't know if it's like me trying to be politically correct or trying to please everybody, but no matter what I do, I just can't. Like if I follow what everybody says, it's just gonna be putting me in like a very bad position. So, I even had a death threat because I confused a member of Baby Metal for a different member of Baby Metal. And this person tried to dox me. Failed. But this guy is apparently, he said he's 56, 57 years old. He's from he's from Russia, like saying, he's gonna come after me and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, okay. Um, but luckily this guy has also been like this with many other content creators. So I was able to get together with some other YouTubers, big, much bigger than me, and some that are just starting. Um, and we kind of like blacklisted this person from the server. So one of the big YouTubers that this guy was is like, oh yeah, he tried to do that to me, and I actually got a lawyer, and um, not only that, but uh, the family is from Russia, now living in the U.S. So they actually got a lawyer to go over there and find the person. So it's like, okay, well, hook me up, and then let's just say things, long story short, never heard from this guy again. He stopped hassling me. He stopped threatening me. Um, but it's kind of weird, right? I don't like to use scripts. Like right now, I have bullet points right now on Notepad that I'm using this because I'm still trying to learn how to um put my words and filter it before I say it. It's very awkward. Even though I've been like live streaming, I'm usually foul mouthed. I'm always swearing every other sentence. So I'm really trying best to kind of like clean up my language while I've been doing YouTube. Hence why I have only said the F word 3 times in any of my YouTube videos. Um, but yeah. So, and then another recent one is Wavy, right? I have a lot of people in the people who subscribe to me that are from China, different parts of China. And then there are like Chinese American subscribers that live here in the States. Same thing with, the Thai pop or Malaysian pop groups that I have been reacting to. Is it, hey, you gotta lay them, okay, Canto pop, and then there's Hong Kong pop, and then there's C pop, Chinese pop. It's like, and then it's like, okay, so I'm trying to learn how to distinguish the different Chinese languages or dialects. And the only way to do that is to kind of like spoil myself by finding a little bit of information. I actually take time to look up the information. I know Wavy is from, is a subunit in NCT. But, I had to look up, okay, I literally spent like 45 minutes. What does Wavy categorize themselves as? Because, the last month or so, man, I have been getting some very, very racist comments. And it's not even like seriously. It's like, oh, you shouldn't say this, you stupid, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, do these people even watch the whole video? Like, I even say at the end of the video, please don't yell at me. Please don't, say something bad in the comment section because I am just relaying the information given to me, you know? Because it makes it very easy on me. Because what I asked for a very long time is if you can speak a certain language and I'm watching this music video, can you be a bridge for me to learn about them? For instance, if you speak Mandarin or if you speak Cantonese, but you are also fluent in English, could you be a bridge to be like, translate certain stuff or give me the context? That way I can relay it to the video, because while I'm learning and expanding my knowledge of music, I want to be able to do that for everybody who's into music video reactions. It doesn't matter what genre of music. So they are the ones, the bilingual viewership, that are giving me these videos to watch, whether they're in Chinese language, whether they're in Filipino language, different Filipino dialect music, whether they're in Thai, whether they're in Malaysian. I relay the information on video that's given to me by people who have been following these musical groups slash artists far longer than I have, because I'm a casual. I'm a super casual that loves everything. But in the end, I'm the one that's getting attacked. It's like, oh, just like last week, this one person put like a massive paragraph all in Chinese, and then I had to run it through Google Translate, and I gave it to my friend, who was born in Hong Kong, but lives in California now. And I was like, hey, can you translate this for me? And he gave me the translate. It's like, this is some like very, very bad stuff. And it's like very political, saying canto pop and C-pop is not the same thing. C-pop is Chinese pop, and then he's giving me like different interpretations of, Chinese pop is not one type of Chinese pop. Chinese pop music is different Chinese music. I get that. But what I've been asking for is help in discerning the different types, and then on the different end of the spectrum, it's like, you shouldn't label them as a canto pop group because one of them is born in America and the other is, you got a member that's from Thailand and all this different stuff. You should just call them a global group, or just say that, they're NCT. I'm like, yes, I know, I did that. But, a lot of the Chinese viewership that are in love with Wave V are telling me to do it this way because it's better for them to be marketed worldwide, globally, or whatever. And then it's like, no, that's wrong. Do it this way. The other group's telling me, no, you should do it this way. And it's a constant back and forth. And I just kind of feel like I feel like I'm a rope being used in a tug of war. And no matter what, one side isn't the winner, the other side isn't the loser. I'm the only loser here. And I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt. It does hurt because I feel like people genuinely love these musical groups or love these music artists, but I think it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't think people are trying to be malicious on purpose or trying to set me up for failure, but it just does feel like that. It feels like I'm being manipulated into help marketing their vision of their favorite artists or their favorite group or their favorite genre of music or their culture. That's what it feels like. you know? Um, it's easy for me to say, you know what, you guys should just bicker at each other in the comment section and leave me out of it, but I don't like that. You know, I want to cultivate my community. My community is called the House of Spice. I want my community to be what's the word for, is it inclusive? Where everyone and everything and is we're together. We're together, and the only thing that we leave out is negativity and toxicity. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, I'm having trouble putting my thoughts into words right now because this is unscripted, this whole part. So bear with me. I'll probably cut all the long, awkward 10-second pauses out of the video for your guys' sake. But yeah, so that question, how do you deal with trolling and haters, is I'm still trying to figure it out. Next question, what is your favorite food? I like a mix of everything. So I was born and raised, grew up in Hawaii. A tiny little island state in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And I also lived in the US mainland for a couple of years combined. I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada. I lived in was it Charleston, South Carolina, when I was doing my basic training in military back then, and I lived in Lakeland and Tampa in Florida for a little bit. For about a total of 4.5 years, 5 years almost. And then for 34 years, I lived here in Hawaii. I'm half Asian, half Filipino, and that's from my dad's side. My father is a first generation Filipino American. Me and my siblings are second generation Filipino American. And my dad and my dad has 11 siblings. My father and his three other siblings are the youngest. They never got to learn the Filipino language. I don't know if it's Tagalog or Ilocano, but when the family moved here in Hawaii, Hawaii wasn't even a state yet. My dad was born either the year before or the year after Hawaii became a state. It was like in the mid 50s, just after World War II. And yeah, my dad, or should I say my grandparents on my dad's side, who I never got to know, unfortunately, because they had my dad was born, my grandparents were already in their 50s. So my dad and his younger siblings never got to learn the language because the family left the Philippines in a very at a very bad time, and they just kind of wanted to forget about it all, and they just wanted to learn English and then, live the American dream. So growing up, I never got to learn my Filipino language, but the heritage and the culture kind of stayed with me. I eat halo halo once a week. But anyway, growing up here in Hawaii, more than half the culture is Asian or mixed Asian. So I grew up around other Filipinos. I grew up around the Japanese community, Korean community, Chinese community, Vietnamese community, Thai community. And because of that, I can't say I like Italian food, just pizza, spaghetti, and, garlic bread, cheese bread, all this stuff. I can't say I like all Japanese food, All of my meals is a hodgepodge from every culture. Here's an example. This is what I had for lunch earlier today. Okay? I had kimchi. I had um I had daikon. I also had I had watercress and salad, a macaroni salad, and then I had bulgogi, um, a big piece of prime rib or ribeye steak, um, 2 scoops of rice with gravy poured over it, and then I also had sashimi that I cut up myself from we buy like a 5 pound slab of tuna, and then I just make my own sashimi like that. So like I said, you know, we got a little bit of Korean, a little bit of Japanese style flavor food and all that stuff, some Hawaiian stuff, and then you know just the good old American steak dinner stuff like that. It's an amalgamation stuff, you know. I'm like one of those weird friends was like, dude, how the hell are you gonna eat pizza and a bowl of jjajangmyeon or pho in the same meal? People be looking at me like, how the hell do you eat pizza and pho? That's just me, man. That's just me. So I'm weird. I like a mix of everything, but it's mostly I like to mix um Asian food together for some reason, like, because that's the way I grew up, you know. Um, let's see. What are your favorite anime that are you watching now? That's a good question. I watch anime on a consistent basis, just like Korean dramas. I've never missed a season, but I do cherry pick which shows I watch, depending on who the writers of the anime or the artists of the anime is, just like who the writers and the directors or the actors and actresses in the K dramas that I watch. I don't just watch every single thing. So I just completed Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's decade-long run has come to an end. I think it was like a 2-part ender. It was basically broke. It was basically 2 movies for the final part of Attack on Titan, and I just completed that. It's kind of emotional, you know. Wasn't as emotional as when Naruto ended. But yeah. So I just completed that this morning, Attack on Titan, and then as far as the uh anime that's currently airing right now, I just got a. This is maybe even half of what I'm currently watching because they're all currently airing right now. You got Shangri-La Frontier, Berserk of Gluttony, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Ragna Crimson, Returner's Magic Should Be Special, Kingdoms of Ruin, Goblin Slayer Season 2, Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3, Under Ninja, The Eminence of Shadow Season 2. A lot of this stuff is isekai, you know? It's not my favorite genre, but this season, particularly from the summer transitioning into the fall anime season, or the fall anime season transitioning into the winter anime season, is isekai heavy. What is isekai? Elseworlds, where the protagonist is transported from one world to another, basically, or you know, like one of those particular I got summoned to another world, or I died and then I got rebirthed into, you know, a world of like my favorite video game or whatever. There's just a ton of those going on right now, so that's what I'm currently watching right now. um what is your most anticipated TV show movie that is yet to come out? This is a good one. In fact, later on tonight, after I do this video, I'm going to be reacting to the final Godzilla -1. I'm such a I'm a kaiju fan. I'm a huge kaiju fan. I have every single Godzilla movie ever made on VHS, on DVD, on Blu-ray. Except the MonsterVerse stuff, since it's already I have multiple streaming services, you know. I have HBO Max and they just added the MonsterVerse to Netflix. So I have it on streaming services. I don't have to buy the physical copies of that. Godzilla minus one, it's already out in Japan, I think. I'm trying to stay away from spoilers. It's going to be coming out in theaters here pretty soon. And then there's a MonsterVerse based television show that's going to be on Apple Plus called Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. I'm going to be reacting to a trailer of that as well. So in the same video, I'm going to be doing the Godzilla minus one and the Monarch Legacy of Monsters trailer, TV trailer, in the same video later on tonight. And the only other thing that I'm really looking forward to is Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, which comes out in April. So you're gonna get a brand new Toho Godzilla movie, a MonsterVerse TV show, and then like the 5th MonsterVerse movie. So yeah, it's gonna be Godzilla heavy. And if there's any time for anybody to get into like the kaiju stuff, now is the right time. Like seriously. You know, in my Discord, if we're not talking about music or gaming or pro wrestling, we're talking about kaiju, we're talking about anime, we're talking about Korean or Japanese drama shows. What video games are you currently playing right now? I am playing Star Citizen and New World and 7 Days to Die. I kind of cycle between those 3 games. Only because, like I said, my video card is old. I have a RTX 2060 and something's wrong with it. So I have to run the fan on my RTX 2060 at 80% speed because it gets hot. And yes, before you guys say anything, yes, the warranty has long since expired. I have already disassembled the thing and reapplied brand new thermal paste on it at least once a year. It doesn't help. The video card's dying. So hence I have this current donation goal of $600, and we raised about $255 for that, for a brand new Radeon 7800 XT, which would allow me to play a lot of the brand new games that I'm sitting on. So, you know, I'm waiting for that video card, to buy that video card in order to play games like Starfield, to play games like Cyberpunk, and many of the other games that are coming out, the brand new Spider-Man games. So yeah, I've been sticking with Star Citizen. It's kind of like a space exploration RPG that's constantly being updated. New World is Amazon Games MMO. You know, think like Guild Wars, World of Warcraft, that type of game. And then 7 Days to Die, it's a very, very old base building survivor game that's highly addicting, and I always revisit that game every month or every 2 months. And that's the only game that I effectively play with my community online. We've been trying to get people to, you know, help me play other like party games, you know, like Fall Guys or Party Animals or Jackbox Party Pack, Cards Against Humanity. If you guys want to, you know, schedule something, join my Discord, and then we can, you know, you guys can host a game and I'll join, or vice versa. I'm down for that. So the last question that I chose, I had to skip a couple because I felt like they're just too personal. I'm not ready to go there yet. Is what's your goal for YouTube? I alluded to earlier, right before I started talking about how do I deal with trolling and haters online. So ever since the pandemic, I kind of had this thing where, okay, I'm going to go all in and trying to work from home. I want to be a content creator. I want to be successful with it. Do I go with live streaming? Do I stick with YouTube? Do I bounce between both? I'm still trying to figure it out. But as far as my goal with YouTube, I kind of want to do it in incremental steps. The first step was to get partnered. We did that 3 months ago. Second step was to get monetization we did that. We got monetized yesterday. My first goal is to hit 10K subscribers. And then after that 50K, and then after that 100K. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest. I want that silver play button. I want that silver play button right in this empty space right here. I'm aiming for that. So if you guys want to help me get there, if you're a current subscriber or whatever, please tell all of your friends to subscribe to me, even though they might not watch me. I would really appreciate that. Maybe get to the point where I can get channel membership, and then you know, I don't have to rely on Patreon. And now that we unlocked, I got the email from Google yesterday that I'm now able to inject ads into my videos. I'm not going to be doing that with music video reactions, because I don't know how that works yet. There's revenue sharing. Like, a lot of these K-pop companies like to revenue share. I'm not going to even bother with that. So like my vlog videos, I'm probably going to try and inject ads into that for the first time. So don't skip it. I promise you. It's going to be one of those, like, you know, 5-10 second, and then you can skip it sort of deals. But yeah, maybe Twitch partnership, but I honestly think I would be more successful on YouTube first than I am on Twitch. So I think I'm going to pour more of my energy towards YouTube, because I already have a backup channel. I'm cleaning out my wrestling podcast. In fact, I'm probably going to remove all my podcasts and put that on someplace else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Twitch and Kick live streams and put them as an archive on that second YouTube channel. And then I'm going to take highlight clips and post it to this channel, the main channel, from that. But yeah, hopefully, we are currently at 1 hour and 5 minutes. So this has gone way longer than I wanted it to go. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this videos. Thank you so much for your guys' time. I'm very anxious to hear back from you guys. So once again, if you guys got a website where, you know, you guys can post questions to me anonymously or not, give it to me in the comment section down below, or link me on Discord. But yeah, you know the spiel. Hit the like button, subscribe. I can't wait to do another vlog video. I'm kind of waiting for Black Friday and Cyber Monday to see what stuff I can buy. I need to get a new desk. My credenza is about to fall apart due to termites. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for like one of those 55 to 63 inch desks, but with a white wood top. I want to go with a white PC aesthetic. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna take a short nap because I don't know if you can see the dark rings under my puffy eyes. I had a very long 15-hour binge watch of a K-drama on Netflix from start to finish, with only 3 stoppages on that. And I'm gonna take a nap for like 3 hours. And then I'm gonna record my reactions for the Godzilla trailers. And Dala, a movie from Dala. I think it's a live performance video, so that's gonna be what you guys get on Monday. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Mahalo. I'll see you guys on the next. Peace out.